Hey everybody, what is up? I know it's been a while since you've seen me on YouTube, and as you can see from the title, that's part of the reason why. And I felt like I just needed to take a break, especially with what's going on in the world right now. I just felt like that I just needed to step away from YouTube for a little bit to kind of regroup, work on my mental health, and kind of enjoy my summer when I get a chance. To speak of the elephant in the room, my veiled chameleon Carlo passed away. I had to make the very tough decision myself to euthanize him, which was very hard on me through the first few weeks, because Carlo was my first reptile, my first chameleon, and he was pretty much the star of my YouTube channel, which losing him really made me feel very unmotivated to make YouTube videos, if that makes sense. But I kind of want to step back a little bit and kind of tell you what was really going on, and why, then you'll kind of understand why I had to make the decision to ethically euthanize him. Okay, so if you're new here, I'm just gonna go through what originally happened. So originally Carlo, I brought him to the vet because he wasn't going to the bathroom. His strength was definitely decreasing, and he wasn't as strong climbing or even gripping onto me as a handler or his sticks and branches in the cage, which was kind of a big concern for me. Originally I thought it was maybe he was getting impacted, maybe his sperm plugs were not releasing and it was kind of forcing him not to go to the bathroom. So I took him to the vet. We ended up doing some blood work on him, and it showed kind of that his hormones were a little bit imbalanced. So the vet originally had told me to take him off the powdered calcium and then put him on to the liquid calcium, which could be fed through injecting his insects that he was eating or through mouth. I originally was injecting the insects with the calcium because I had a really difficult time feeding Carlo through the mouth originally. But eventually I was able to grasp my chameleon enough in order to orally feed him the calcium through a syringe. And at first he actually seemed to be getting a little bit better. His strength seemed to be getting better too. His color was looking a little bit better. I even also changed his UVB light in the enclosure, where I believe I had a 6% and then I changed it to a 12, just because I found out that veiled chameleons, since living in Yemen, they get more sunlight there than a panther would in Madagascar. But after a while he kind of plateaued and he started going downhill again. And normally what happens is when chameleons start to go downhill, they go downhill pretty fast, just because they're very good at hiding if something is wrong with them. And he was getting to the fact where I would come home every day from work, I would see him at the very bottom of his cage, or I would see him in the same spot he was a day ago. And so that kind of gave me an indication that A, he wasn't getting his exercise, he wasn't moving around too much, he was literally just hanging out. He was still eating, so I mean, normally if a chameleon stops eating, that's a major sign as well that your chameleon's super sick. I already knew that he was not 100%, and I think I still had hope in me, thinking that he would kind of regain his health, because I'm doing all these new things to help him get better. And the unfortunate and sad part was that he, like I said, he plateaued and started getting worse. And at that point, I think the sad part was that there was nothing that I could do to help him get better. He kind of got to that point where I couldn't help him anymore. And so I really struggled with taking him to the vet to euthanize him, because you don't really want to be that owner who has to, that you're literally going to the vet to get your pet euthanized. Like, that's a horrible feeling. You feel like I literally felt like I was letting him down. I felt like I was letting myself down. Like, I wanted to be selfish and keep him alive and let him pass naturally. But in the end, I felt that I made the right decision, even though my heart was telling me I didn't. Euthanizing him, because he wasn't able to get up to his basking spot. He wasn't able to go underneath his UVB light, and he wasn't going to the bathroom regularly like he should, which is a big area of concern. And I think that's what, like, all those three things that kind of made me feel like I had to make that vet appointment. He needed to put him down, and because he wasn't really living the best chameleon life that he could be living. And that's the sad part about being a pet owner, about owning any pet, either if it's a cat or dog or any reptile, is that as an owner, a responsible owner, you got to make the right decision in what is best for your pet. Euthanizing Carlo, for him not to be in any more pain anymore, and like, that's something that I thought would be better for him and better for me, because then I don't have to see him every day, like, at the bottom of his cage, and him giving me those, like, sad eyes. So that's what I kind of decided to do. Now, when I went to the vet to get him euthanized, they did inject I forget what they injected, but they did inject a type of substance into his body, which he was able to quickly pass. They did end up giving him some drugs so that he wouldn't feel it, which made me feel a little bit better. And then I decided after that not to get him back and bury him. Instead, I decided to get him cremated. And eventually, when I'm ready, I want to take his ashes and I want to mix them in some resin and make a nice little, like, resin crystal with Carlo's ashes and a whole bunch of cool mica powder of his coloration. So, like, you get that turquoise, the green, and the yellow. I want to add into there, so then I can have a little something for me to remember Carlo by. When I do end up doing that, I will probably make a video on it, just to kind of show you guys what I want to do and what I plan on doing with my pets. So, but anyways, that is literally about what's been going on with me the past, I guess, month to 2 months right now. And after that, it kind of honestly discouraged me to make YouTube videos, which is sad, because I love making YouTube videos. I love, like, giving you guys knowledge and having fun with all you guys out there. And I really want to get back into making more YouTube videos, but I think I just need to take it one step at a time. Don't overwhelm myself, and kind of just focus on me as a whole, what makes me happy, and make content that I feel would make me happy and others happy too. I plan on making a kind of memorial video in memory of Carlo, and but I want to get all the pictures, all the videos that I have with him kind of together in a combination, just so I can get the very best kind of video where I can represent mine and Carlo's life. Other than that, I guess I will see you guys in the future, hopefully, and we'll go from there. All right, thanks for listening to my sad story.